Hey everybody, Joe with Bumbling Acres here. I hope y'all are doing well. Figured I'd find out how dirty I am suddenly. Hope y'all are doing well, and just finishing an evening of work on the homestead, and thought I'd touch base with everybody. Been moving things, as I said, September, if you've kept up with the channel. September was the final month for homestead projects, that after that October was going to be devoted to preparing the property for our wedding in November. That's the first, in early November. So we have a limited amount of time. We've got a lot of work to do. So, and I'm honestly probably more like a philosophical homesteader, especially at this point in our homesteading journey, where if I'm trying to be practical and give you all some great practical advice on steps you need to take, I'm not the right person for that. I am still learning this every day, putting my, coming home from work, breaking out my work clothes and just hauling stuff, moving stuff, pushing stuff, learning stuff. I'm not at a place where I could be like, here's what you need to do, A, B, C, D, to homestead. The thing I feel like I can share with people is kind of the philosophical approach you need to have to homestead. And to me, probably it's a little bit of my obsession in life. My obsession's with community. We as people, even as an individual, are meant to be a part of something larger than ourselves. And the human journey through history has been humanity finding its place, and navigating the earth, and finding, making communion with the planet, with each other, and with all the animals that are around us. And to me, one of the big benefits of homesteading is you have a visceral connection and a visceral community with the earth that you have the fortune of residing on, and the animals that you produce and keep healthy, and the plants that produce your food. Like, you are in direct communion with nature, with the earth. And in many ways, this you use a lot of old words when you're talking about homesteading, and at least I do. Communion is not a word that is used outside of a church function. That happens depending upon your religious faith when you partake of communion. But I mean it more of in terms of fellowship, a visceral connection to something greater than yourself, which most people find through their religious beliefs, or theological beliefs, or philosophical beliefs, or such. But to me, I find such a huge, incredible sense of communion in my work on the homestead. I have a pretty stressful job that I work during the week. I'm privileged to work kind of aggressive banker's hours, 7:30 to 5:30, pretty much every day. Every now and then I have to work a little later, but generally that's my schedule, Monday through Friday. I can come home, and this time of year, before the sun starts setting at like 2:30 in the afternoon, I have a couple hours that I can move tree limbs, like is what I did today. Other than I'm still pulling things out of my garage, getting the garage organized, and then pulling out, we had a tree that was taken down, pulling out the dead tree limbs, putting them in a certain spot till we get a wood chipper so we can chip them down. That's it's not menial labor. It's not labor for less than people. That visceral work that you do establishes your connection with everything around you. When we first got here, we were still clearing out, but one of the things we had to clear out was around our pond. And I didn't have a chainsaw in the beginning, and we took down 4 or 5 pretty tall trees. You're looking at between 30, 40 feet tall trees, and I used an axe. Let me tell you, if you've never chopped a tree down with an axe, the irony is you have such an incredible respect for a tree when you do. Then I got a chainsaw, and I still respect the trees, but it's amazingly cuts down on a lot of the energy it takes to take down a tree. In fact, if you've never taken a tree down with an axe, I highly recommend doing it once, because you really have a profound respect for the amount of effort that it takes And so that's huge. But I hope you all are doing well, and my thoughts on the philosophical journey that is homesteading, that finding your sense of communion and community through homesteading. And that to me is such a tangible benefit. My job is very stressful, my 9 to 5, well, 7:30, 5:30 job. And the ability to come home and commit myself to these projects that further increase my connection with the earth around me is huge. And that's such a huge benefit. So just my thoughts on the night, and I hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and even if you don't, comment, please comment. I kind of, you know, if you have your thoughts on the matter or things that you think I should take into account, or, you know, someone shared some advice, and that's huge. That is very beneficial to me. I'm not out here doing this by myself. The more community we have, the easier this is for me, and the more I can learn from you than I have to learn by my own mistakes and folly. So have a great and wonderful day. Joe with Bumble Naker signing off.